Emergency Podcast Broadcast. Station exx47 operating at a frequency of 162.40 megahertz. Programming originates from Brandon's Garage in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. You're listening to exx47 Radio.
Hello, howdy. How are y'all? How's it going? It is the day before this video goes up. It's the 29th. It is the 29th of January. It's been an eventful month. It's been a good month overall. I think a solid start to the year. What have I been up to? What have you been up to? First of all, leave it in the comments. I'm curious. First and foremost, it has been snowing quite a bit. You know, they called 12 to 14 inches. We got a good 6, I think. Could have been worse. Could have been better. You know, it kind of started with a little bit of sleet, turned to snow, snowed off and on for this last Friday, Saturday. And it's just been cold enough, and it's just starting to melt away. Not just starting. It's there's still a lot of snow around, but the roads are clearing up for the most part. So that's a positive, you know. Anyways, what have I been up to? Oh man, just while it's topical, I was just leaving work not too terribly long ago, and the health inspector came right as I was leaving. You know, I was sweeping up. And I'm not going to divulge too far, or, you know, this isn't even that grand of a story. But, you know, I was up. I had the tables moved because I was sweeping. You know, I was about to leave. That's one of the last things you do. And she comes in, and she's, you know, I have the table pushed up against the wall, so it's in front of the hand washing sink. And I'm in the middle of the room. It's not a big kitchen. I'm sweeping. And she walks in and she's like, is that the only hand washing station? And somebody's telling her yeah. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I need to get to that. Are these tables normally here? And then in the process of her saying that, she's just walking through my pile that I just swept up. And she's like, so are the tables normally pushed against the wall? And I'm like, no, I'm sweeping. She was like, is the table normally blocking the sink? I'm like, I'm holding the broom. I go, no, I am sweeping. Stupid bitch. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Anyways. Lo and behold, drum roll please, I have obtained 50 subscribers. Hold the applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Homie, we made it, you know. I'll cheers to that. I'll drink to that. Got some E&J, and grape juice. I have OJ, but grape juice and E&J is pretty banging. Man, oh man, yeah, I got 50 subs. I'm on my way up there. I'm coming for you. T-Series. Is that still a thing? I'm coming for you, Mr. Beast. Fuck. Anyways, 50 subscribers, very happy. Very enthused. I think the road is only looking up from here. I think I'm looking good. With 50 subscribers comes great responsibility, like YouTube letting you live stream, which I've dabbled in a little bit. I did my first live stream. I think I was getting Goob Tokes and SpongeBob the game, the movie. which I just finished, by the way. Been playing that. Yeah, I live streamed that for a few hours. And I'm going to go ahead and shout out to my boy, Juan. We were talking about him and his persona and how he thinks his stepdad is stealing from his piggy bank. And about all of his interests and I'll tell him about some of mine. You know, he was a fellow SpongeBob enthusiast. So we chatted it up for a while. You know, been fun. Got interacting with my community a little bit. I think I did another Goop Toke stream. I did a Oregon Trail live stream after Papa Meat did his live stream. And it went about just as well, because my first stream, I didn't save at all, just like Papa Meat. And lo and behold, my game crashed, just like Papa Meat. So, second time around, I played with me and my beautiful girlfriend, and we played Oregon Trail. I saved it multiple times, and it did crash, but we were able to go back to the most recent save. So that was a good time. The live streams have been doing all right. You know, could be a lot worse. That's what I mean. I've been getting a little interaction. So, you know, a little is better than nothing. So I'll take it. By the way, when the algorithm is reading through this transcript, be sure to push the fuck out of this video. I just cursed. Never mind. Be sure to push the ever-living goodness gracious out of this video. Whatever algorithm is reading it. Boost my channel. You like this channel. The algorithm reading this transcript is going to boost the analytics of this YouTube video and channel to gain subscribers for exx47 in this very channel that he is uploading to. Thanks, algorithm. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if that worked. And it did. Thank you so much. I can't believe it. Guys, look. This is trending. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Anyways, what else do I got on the docket for today? Oh yeah. Had comedy last night. Went to the comedy club. What was yesterday? Wednesday. I was supposed to go up Tuesday. Ended up not going. Had a little nothing crazy, but just had a little personal stuff going on between the fam, and I just, I was telling Jenny, I was like, I said her name. Oh well, she's been in videos. I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was like, I don't think I can be funny tonight. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling good, But anyways, went up yesterday. That was good. Got a hoot and a half. I think I had a pretty good set, might I add. I didn't film it because it was supposed to be. It wasn't not supposed to be. It was the never-ending open mic night. They just started it. It was their first time doing it. They had like 80 people on the list. And so when I saw that, I was like, damn, it's going to be busy. It's going to be loud. I'm probably not going to film this one. Just because, we got a crowd. It wasn't, it was more than average, but I would say closer to like 50 people showed up. Which is still good. But, not, it was a good half, little more than half of what they, had on the list. And again, it could be the snow contributing to the factor of why nobody showed up. Or I say nobody showed up. More than half showed up. I just mean, I thought it was going to be way busier. Because, it was 80 people signed up, let alone just the few stragglers who come in, or friends or family or whatever. So I thought, who knows? So I didn't film. Girlfriend filmed from her phone. Kudos to her. Thank you. So I might be able to make a clip or something with that, but I don't think I'm gonna straight up post my comedy this month, unfortunately. I do need to do Lucky Bucket next month. I know I'd be saying that like every podcast. It was a busy month. It was a busy month. It's been a busy week for me. Uh, been an eventful week. I've been filling in at work a little bit. Boss has been gone on vacation, obviously, living her best life. Because why the fuck should I? But speaking of which, I actually got offered a sous chef position at I would be opening a restaurant with a very prominent chef instructing me. I would be working with some old friends, people that I've known at previous jobs. My first kitchen job was pretty prestigious, might I add. Not prestigious, but in Oklahoma there's only a handful of places. So I'm applying around, I go interview, and lo and behold, I know the executive. I didn't even know. And I knew the guy who opened the door for me. I was like, "Were you at this place?" He was like, "Yeah, I thought I recognized you." So the only thing, since I've been working this week, I haven't had a chance to go fill in the paperwork. And also, the hours contradict with a lot going on right now. I'll be straight up. I would have to just quit my job now. Pretty soon. Because this new job opens very soon. So I wouldn't have time to put in my 2 weeks. Which is my fault. I should have known that looking at the application. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Man, I'm just kind of thinking, talking out loud. It's a great experience. It would definitely look good on my resume. It would it would take it would be a lot of effort though. Which I have, but like I said, I just got 50 subs, dog. I just got 50 subs, bro. Who am I to be working more? No, I'm joking. That's just what I mean. It's a lot to consider. I'll take them up more than likely. It's assuming I still have the job, because I was supposed to go in like 2 days ago, but I was at work. They asked me the next day. They're like, "Can you come in tomorrow at 1?" I was like, "Well, I'm supposed to be at work." He was like, "No worries. What about the next day at 1?" I was like, "Well, I'm supposed to be at work then too." He was like, "All right, we'll touch base." So that's not like bad, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm just thinking out loud. Because it's not the responsibility. It's not the time. It's not X, Y, and Z. I mean, it is kind of the time. If I had the opportunity, speaking of which, he just said, "Can you start Saturday?" Oh my god. I may have bitten off a little more than I could chew. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's a little bit about the time. Of course I enjoy my free time. But it's also, could I be making more money than I am currently at my job now? Yes. I could be making significantly more, especially at this new job. But I made pretty decent money at my last job too. And it got to the point where I was just like, yeah, money's cool. But fuck, I'm tired. I got no time. I ain't seen the people I like to see. I haven't I wasn't my bank account was full, but I wasn't feeling full, you know? So, sorry. That's what I hate too. It sounds like just a bunch of excuses, but it's like, I'm at a weird crossroads where I'm at like, I'm not like young anymore, but I'm not like that old to where I'm like, all right, dog, crack, you need to lock the fuck in, dude. Playtime's over, dog. But that's sometimes what the crossroads feel like. I do seem to dramatize, or whatever the fuck the word may be, sometimes. But I'm just trying to not be completely overwhelmed and hate life at the end of the day. I don't know. I feel like I get in my later years I think I get overwhelmed kind of easily. So I know life is overwhelming, but I've tried to mediate that the best I can, And if that means not working as much so I can kind of have some more fun time, then so be it. But maybe it's time to lock in. Not like that. Hopefully that wouldn't affect this at all. I would still probably find just as much time. I would just have to try a little bit harder. But let me see. What else do I got? That's enough. That's enough of me. Anyways. Speaking of me, that's enough of me. But speaking of me, I think I've had a very fun month with this channel. I put up such classics as I Want to Be Ninja, the movie. I did a students roasting teachers video. I had a coworker music showdown video. The I Want to Be Ninja video, I'm very proud of. I had a hoot and a half. I think it was very fun. Great experience. The movie was a lot. If you haven't watched that, go ahead and check it out. It was just a lot of fun. I would just say go watch it because there's not a lot I can say that would do it justice. It's so much about Jennifer Murphy, our protagonist, blew me away. I got to learn a lot about her creativeness, her past, her present, and what her future might entail. Other than that, had the students trolling teachers video. And let me pull this up because last night at the comedy club, after I went up, I get a little ding on my phone. Or wait, let me run it back. So again, I think you should watch all these videos. I'm not going to spoil them. I'm not going to give too much away. But in my students trolling teachers video, it's mainly just me looking over some Instagram videos that I'd watched where their students are poking fun at teachers using AI, just to mock and poke fun at and just, kind of antagonize their teachers on social media using technology and videos and AI and all that. Very funny stuff. Anyways, I'm at the comedy club last night and I get a ding on my phone and it says EPSH Lancers started following you. And I instantly knew who the fuck that was. They were one of the accounts that I had shown in that video. And the funniest part, I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure, they were the account that had a story explaining how somebody who was running the account had just got put in the mental hospital. I thought it was kind of amusing just because I wasn't expecting that. You know, I'm here to laugh at one thing, and then I get thrown a curveball. And, you know, I have a ha-ha he-he. I talk about them in my video for a few minutes. You know, I have other accounts in the video. But what gets me, you know, I have 50 subs. I don't really have the reach as some of these big dogs out there. So I mention a just as small as me Instagram account. And I don't like it. I don't like their video. I don't DM them. I don't ask to use permission because they're fucking high school, middle schoolers. They're not supposed to be posting them anyways. You know, again, maybe if I had a little bit bigger of a following and I knew more than 50 people would watch the video, maybe I would go out of my way to take the extra step and, you know, ask permission. Maybe that's a bad way to conduct my YouTube channel and how I make videos, but whatever. You know, if it gets 20 views, who the fuck cares? But anyways, I get a follow from this account that I did not reach out to at all. So I can only speculate that the algorithm knew that that account was signed into something, heard me mention their account, and then pushed that video onto them. And they recognized the thumbnail or watched it long enough to see that I mentioned their video. Because that video isn't even, there's like 50 views on the video. I don't get it. I don't get how this account knew to follow me back. Because I don't even follow them. So it's not a follow back. I just meant to reach back out and be like, hey, saw the vid. That's crazy. It blew my mind. Blew my mind. Anyways. I only say follow back because now it prompts me to follow back. That's why I'm like, that's why it was in my head. Anyways. Oh yeah. I had my coworker music showdown. That was a hoot and a half. How many hoot and hats? How many hoot and hats? How many hoots and halves have I muttered this podcast? Anyways, had the showdown. That was fun. Got to go through that. Again, I think you should watch the video. I kind of spoil who I include in the thumbnail a little bit, but that's only half the list. There's 16 participants. So go check it out. That was fun. I get to the bottom of it, you know. Again, if there's any coworker music suggestions or people you do or don't like, let me know. It's really whatever perspective you want to word it. It's like, oh, this is a good coworker music because it's so cringe, or this is bad because it's so cringe. You know, it's really however you want to persuade, you know. But that was fun. Fuck. I lost my train of thought. I had a few car troubles a few weeks ago. You know, the storm came this last Saturday, so I think like the week or so before, I was taking my brother home from a basketball practice, and I pulled up to my mom's house, and my car stalled out. I didn't really think too big a deal until I went to leave, and then it kept stalling out. I couldn't even make it out the fucking neighborhood. So I pulled back, took it to my mom's house, had AAA tow it. It was some like actuator or something. It was some like part. It was like it only cost a couple $100 for the fix. But yeah, it caused it to stall out, and I don't know. It works now. It's been running now. It works now. Can't ask for much else. All right, shit. Let me see. Okay, so I wrote this a few weeks ago where I wrote my manifesto will include the name SoFlo Antonio multiple times. Because I was just thinking about how so much of social media works and runs, and it really makes me think back to that kind of, to me personally, that was a pivotal point in social media. because you had most people on social media had original creative content. The reposters were the loud minority. They were they were few and far between. And I only say that because it's even a meme where this is definitely me when I'm driving a car or whatever the fuck. And then he just plays somebody else's video. Not to make this a history lesson or anything, but SoFlo Antonio was one of the first people ever to be monetized by Facebook. Like, an account monetized like that. That, like, just strictly was, you know, a meme account, essentially. And, you know, he kind of, that's what I mean. He would, like, add him in the first 2 or 3 seconds of the video and then just completely upload somebody's meme and be like, you know, this is me, ha ha ha. And he was one of the first channels to be monetized, or first pages to be monetized. And that just blows my mind. You know, they could have banned him. They could have blocked his account. They could have said, dog, you don't do that. We don't do that. I forgot what set me off. I don't know what made me think that per se. I don't know what made me want to go off, but it is a little discouraging, you know. I feel like that was definitely a point where it set the precedent, you know, because that's when not even other SoFlos appeared, but that's when, like, World Star, no, that's a bad example. World Star's, like, notorious just for reposting, but it became everybody just reposting, or like that whole format just became widely acceptable ever since then. So where, like, to this day, I'll unlike a meme because I'm like, oh, that was funny as fuck, and then after I laugh, it's some dude cutting in with his little fucking narration, or being like, no, you see, this is what I would have done, or like, oh my god, that's just so funny. It's like, you just reposted the video knowing that it's like a viral meme, and then you just put your little 2 cents on it. Boom, 80,000 likes. And that's just acceptable. That's what everybody does. That's what I mean. I'm not even hating on those that don't do it, because everybody fucking does it. That's normal now. That's accepted. That's just what people do. Don't make the funny video. Just add a little comment to it. Granted, is that what I do on YouTube? Fuck yeah. But in my head, it's a little less malicious when it's not on Instagram, not on Short, not on whatever, because that I'm making it a little bit more mine. I'm not starting this podcast with sitting on toilet, and then after that I start the fucking podcast, you know, and the podcast isn't 3 minutes long and 2.5 minutes is sitting on the toilet. That's how I look at it. Whatever. Anyways, other than me and my manifesto, I think tech is doing, big tech, on the microchips. Tech is doing what fast food did in the 90s. It went from a fun, happy place, low-key marketed towards kids, but now it's just a fucking corporate hellhole, you know? And I don't mean, well, the fuck, that is kind of what I mean. It's like, you can be like, what the fuck do you mean you miss the marketed towards kids aspect of the internet, Brandon? What do you mean? It's like, yeah, you can call me the fucking weirdo bad guy for saying that about McDonald's too. Being like, oh, what, you like fat kids, Brandon, huh? You like the Hamburglar, dude? Fucking weirdo. It's like, yeah, actually I do. Because when I go, you know, it's no unfamiliar meme. The gray box millennial design of every fast food establishment across all of America just is a box, and it's just like, a gray box, that sells burgers. Cool. I would much rather have some golden arches. I would much rather have a giant fucking play place blocking the view, with game cubes in the lobby. Fucking excuse me, bro. What are we doing? That's what I mean. I feel like the internet's so much. It's not even like what do people call it? The dead internet or whatever. I don't even think it's that far. I just think so much of what the internet is now is just corporate bullshit. There's no more game cubes in the lobby. There's no more play place, okay? You come here, you get your fucking slop, and you leave. That's it. That's all the internet is now. You log on, you battle with the fucking Alexa while you're trying to order sheets, and then you get the fuck off, There's no more Flash games. There's no more Clippy. Yeah, look how y'all treated Clippy. And that's why we get monotone ass voice Alexa and ChatGPT. Bro, I digress. Y'all ruined everything, and by y'all I mean the generation that changed it. I don't fucking know. You know what point I'm making, though. You know what point I'm making. Let me see. I was thinking about it. I went thrifting. I found this really cool Red Bull shelf, by the way, I'm looking at. I don't think y'all can see it. That's fine. I might show it in a future video. But thrifting is just another form of gambling. I don't mean like, oh, it's a gamble. I don't mean, oh, Jenny, life's but a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, you really do go there. Like, if you need a jacket, and you're like, oh, I've been looking for a jacket. You could find 15 at Goodwill that would work for you. That would provide you warmth with the pockets that you want, or with a hood or without. Like, there's multiple things at any Goodwill across the world that would fill your needs for fucking ever. But we're going in looking for the treasures. You know what I mean? We're looking for the uranium glass. Okay? We're looking for sealed VHSs. Alright? We're looking for GameCube games. Alright? We're looking for old TiVos to rip the 2 terabyte HD hard drives out of. We're looking for Tommy Bahama backpacks. We're looking for Gucci, Fendi, Ruru Rimmon. We're looking for it all. We're looking for the good shit. Where's the sterling silver? You know what I mean? It's a gamble. You can't break down the psychology of somebody walking into a thrift store being much different from somebody walking into a casino. They're both thinking they're going to strike it rich for pennies on the dollar for what it's actually going to cost them. Because more than likely, just like a gambler, just like a thrifter, you're going to go in, you're not going to find anything good. You're not going to find the Jordans. You're not going to find the Ugg boots, But you are going to find some lightly used New Balances that happen to be your size. And you are going to find a salt and pepper shaker that just make you feel warm and fuzzy inside, And before you know it, you're out $20. Just like how the gambler will go bet a few hands, flick a few slots, and be a little bit more out, more than $20 likely, but they still didn't hit it big either. Neither did the thrifter. Did the gambler have a bad time? No. Did the thrifter get money for their goods? Or for, did they exchange money for a good at the end of the day? Yeah. Both losers. Both took the L. Both fucking cucks on the corporate chain, That's me. I know that guy. And that's here. Anyways. Oh, the leg way. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I wrote this down just because I thought it was funny. Since it's been so topical, maybe not right now, but like beginning of the month after last podcast, between this one and last one, the new Stranger Things has come out. I've never seen a second of Stranger Things. But I guess because of all the hype and everybody and their mom talking about it, from work to online to just whoever, I had a dream where I watched the last episode just to see what the hype was about. Because I think even in my dream, I didn't have context to the show. But I was like, well, just so I know what people are talking about. Like, let me watch this. And then even in my dream, I don't think I made it but like 2 minutes. And I was just like, I don't give a fuck about this. And I turned it off. In my dream, I got uninterested in this TV show. And I was like, nah. What am I doing? It's just fun because I remember, like, that's so funny. Because there was some part of me that's like, just so you know, just for shits and giggles. And then not probably 2 seconds later in my brain, I went, no, I'm not even doing that. What's the point? Yeah, I just thought it was funny because that's really how I do feel. I just thought it was strange because whenever it first came out, it was like children. And I thought it was like almost like a Goosebumps, to where it was like for kids, by kids, I know Goosebumps wasn't by kids, but with kid actors, for kids. I didn't know everybody and their mom watched that show though. And yeah, I don't give a fuck. Not even like I don't give a fuck, but it's like, dude, I couldn't tell you what it's even about from all the trailers I've seen. I remember, I'm into Lego. I remember when they made the upside down or whatever. I was just like, what is this, a pineapple cake? What is this, the turnover? Yes, please. Sounds tasty. That's so stupid. Man, God, I feel like after I talk for a while, I start getting congested. Beg my pardon. Let me see. What am I talking about? I wrote, it's really easy to talk about all the negative aspects of public school, but no one talks about the positive because it's not as interesting. For example, until I took computer class, I couldn't even make a Word doc. That was freshman year. I didn't really know shit about computers. If I didn't take those classes, I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I wrote that a few weeks ago. Valid, old Brandon thought. Yeah, bitchin'. I think that's very valid. I think it's really easy to look and point and laugh at fucking anything in life, especially like things that are so ingrained in our society, and just go, what a fucking joke. From politics to public school to fucking infrastructure to just whatever. Things that are near perfect. I don't mean near perfect. I mean, when you compare, pretty nice. But it's easy to point at these things that aren't perfect and go, fucking whack, I could talk shit on public school all day long. From elementary, middle, high school, from academics to extracurricular to sports. I could shit on it all. I could break it down. I could tell you why it's such a piece of shit, why it's a fucking government psyop damn near, why it's detrimental to our youth, detrimental to our society. And I don't mean the idea of public schools in general. I mean, when I mean those points, I mean how fucking stupid the public is in general. And I don't think it's helping us educate much at all, especially anymore. I think teachers have given up so much. I digress. That's not what I'm rambling about. I'm rambling for the opposite reason. Because if we didn't have these little experiences, it wouldn't build to a brighter now. And not to mention, how many people know their 80% of who they know today because of fucking school? At least in Oklahoma, you know how many people I know who exclusively still talk to people that they went to fucking high school with? God damn it. Not like that's a problem per se, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, just from the experiences to the jobs to it keeping you out of trouble. Who like, I don't know. I think could is there room for improvement? Fucking obviously, but I don't think we need to act like it's an institution that breeds criminals or breeds fucking just really negative stuff. Because when you go there and break it down, it's fucking 16-year-olds going 6'7", just like making posters, trying to get their dick sucked, laughing, smoking a little bit of weed. And even then, that's the bad kids. I mean, like, most kids too are fucking innocent as shit, stupid as hell, and very impressionable. So it's just kids. You know, you just gotta let them be. I don't know. Again, I wrote this down a few weeks ago. I don't know what made me bring it up. But, yeah, it's, you know, like I said, if I didn't take a fucking computer class, how hard would it have been for me to, one, make any future Word documents for the rest of high school, which would have been detrimental to my grades, and two, yeah, I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube. I know none of that shit correlates with each other. I know computer class where I'm learning Word documents and, you know, making, you know, between Word and Excel and all that stuff. I know none of that correlates to video producing or video editing or anything like that. But, like, it's kind of like the PEMDAS. It's the first step in the door. Would I have learned those things later? Maybe, but it already took me till freshman year. It already took me until the state said you gotta learn this, and then I finally did, so. Yeah. Could have been worse. If y'all haven't noticed, I've been wearing my hair down more and more, so I've been trying to keep it out of my face more and more. You know, trying to not go bald. Trying to not be bald by 30. I think that's number one priority right now. Crazy Russian Brandon, not going bald is number one priority. Not losing stimulating hair follicles is number one priority. Let me know if you get that. You should. That's an old meme. Man, I think that kinda wraps it up for me. I can't think of a whole lot else to talk about. Again, it's been a busy month. It's been a fun month. I got more videos in the works. You know, just really been trying to stay warm. Trying to stay employed and pursue a promising career, but have time to make wiener jokes on the internet in my free time as well. So that's what I've been up to. Anyways, y'all, I really appreciate you watching. Really appreciate you tuning in. I feel like I'm forgetting something, though. Again, I know this is just a podcast, but I feel like there's something I've been up to that I'm leaving out. I don't think so. I think it's just the weather. The weather's really been getting to me. Just all the snow, it's kind of like every time I step outside, I'm like, oh yeah, I could fucking fall today. I think I talked about this last time. I got a Switch 2. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Jenny got me a Switch 2, which is pretty badass. Been playing that. I need to get the internet pass so I can play all the GameCube and N64 games. That'll be really cool. Yeah, I'm going to try to get somebody else on the podcast next month probably. Again, this month's been really cold and kind of weird for everybody, post holidays and then bad weather, this and that. More excuses. It wouldn't be Brandon without a good old excuse or two. God, I hate that. I do make excuses, but when I make an excuse, I feel like it's coming from a valid place. Like, I'm not being disingenuous, but I guess most people make excuses because they are being not genuine. So valid. And excuses are not always a bad thing. I feel like we grow up enough hearing like, zero excuses, motherfucker. Nose to the grindstone. Let's get this bread. But it's like, sometimes things just happen. I don't know. I'm not gonna divulge anymore. And nothing's even that deep. I'm just talking. Anyways, y'all, appreciate you watching. Be sure to tune in next week be sure to tune in next month for a whole nother month of funny, hilarious videos. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. I would really appreciate all that. On the road to 100 subs. I feel it coming. I'm already up to 55, I think, whenever this video is coming up. Laughable numbers, but I'm actually very excited about that. It's been a very fun and rewarding journey. I can't lie. It's been fun just kind of fucking around, making videos, doing my own thing. So, appreciate y'all for tuning in, especially if you made it this far. And be sure to follow me on anything and everything at exx47. And I appreciate you guys. Thanks.